If you give your kind consent, then we can start the valedictory session.
Right.
Okay.
Please proceed.
Okay. May I think our coordinator, Dr. Professor Shajal Das, he is already logged in, Sanjeev.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has already logged in.
Okay.
Professor Das, please put on your camera.
Yes, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Sanjeev, please start the
Okay.
proceeding.
Very good afternoon to everyone present over here. It's our pleasure to start our valedictory session. The journey begins on 9th November with vibrating lecture by Professor Subinoy Chakraborty, Department of Mathematics, Jadavpur University, and number of lectures have been circulated by various potential resource person in this refresher course on recent advancement of material science and technology. So now we are standing at the end of this program. I would like to request first our Professor Director, Dr. Anjan Chakraborty, to give his welcome address. Over to you, sir.
So, very good afternoon, dear teacher participants, respected coordinator, internal coordinator, Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya. It's our great privilege that to this particular valedictory session of this refresher course on material sciences, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Om Prakash Mitra, he is kind enough to provide time to grace the participants at this valedictory session. Sir, on behalf of UGC Human Resource Development Center, we heartily welcome at this valedictory session and we express our sincere gratitude for your kind presence. Very briefly, I would like to say, so for this particular refresher course is concerned that recent advancement of material science and technology, I am not a person very remotely connected to this particular topic. But being a social scientist, just I would share a few words before the participants will finally be added today officially. Maybe they will remain attached to us maybe in the days to come. Now, this is one of the programs which is interdisciplinary in nature. Now, as I understand that as civilization grew over time, the one thing that is happening, that is the technology convergence. That means there is a constant invention and innovation of technology, which the society is constantly experiencing. Number two, and importantly, when you talk about the innovation, the term technology and technology transfer is become very important. Now, technology transfer is something, there is a gap between developed nations and the countries which are quoted underdeveloped or developing. So therefore, there is a time lag exists. Now, over time, we observe that this technology convergence and the way technology is penetrating our day-to-day life to facilitate our day-to-day life is become much more quicker, much more faster. At the same time, the intelligentsia has crossed the boundaries of our country and they have closely connected with many of the developed countries where researches are taking place. So therefore, this particular course, the way it has been designed and the very esteemed resource persons from various premier institutes, the way they presented the lectures, possibly it will unfolded the new areas of research, innovation, as well as collaboration. So that is the best takeaway possibly from this course we can derive. So I'm really thankful to Professor Shajal Das for beautifully coordinating this program, and it is duly assisted by Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya, the Associate Professor and Deputy Director of HRDC, who is also belong to this particular genre. But we have two problems I need to address. The one problem is very pertinent. It's a long pending issue before the country that the allocation, government allocation on research and development, it remain minuscule. It is almost 0.34% of the total income or total GDP of our country. That figure is not changing. So therefore, the government funded research itself is a problematic area that need to be addressed or need to be taken care of by the policymakers of our country. Number one. Point number two, which is equally important, there are variations in the research distributions. The state universities like us, we really find crunch of funds to develop research and develop to move forward in the arena of research and development. So this is point number 2, the problem areas. Problem number 3 that I understand, that is the in the West, the synergy that exists between the industry and research and development. There's a very close and strong linkages. We do not have that linkages. And therefore, if there is a government, there's a lack of government fund, and there is a lack of synergy or close proximity with the industry and research and development, possibly we'll find our best possible minds will find the paucity of the infrastructure which they prefer or they want to have. Possibly this would be addressed. One of the best social scientists from our country, Professor Ramprasad, because this is our honorable Vice Chancellor, he will delve on the issue. And with this note, I would like to say with all the participants that as a teacher, as a participants, you need to be graded. It's the compulsion that has been given by the UGC, but we understand teachers cannot be graded by any scale. So therefore, teachers are always A grade for us. So all of you, if you at all qualify, you need to qualify before your students and the researchers, research scholars that you have. We are no one to evaluate you. We are really fortunate you have participated in this particular course and carry on a virtual journey for 14 days. I owe our sincere gratitude from our university as well as HRDC that you opted our North Bengal University, chosen our North Bengal University. I express my sincere gratitude for that. And in addition, again, I express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Registrar, the Dean of Science and Arts, and the entire administration and teaching fraternity of North Bengal University, who are constantly guiding and doing the hand-holding job so that we can deliver our successful courses in the days to come again. So with these notes, I express my sincere thanks and gratitude, and thank you very much from my end. And now may I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Om Prakash Mishra, to deliver the valedictory address. If I say, then it's a little problematic to address the participants on this penultimate day and to have a better future, bright future that you would like to charter before them. Sir, may I request you, sir?
Thank you, Professor Chakraborty. Thank you, Professor Sajol. All the teacher colleagues, participant in this apparently exciting titled Advancement of Material Sciences and Technology course and program that you have organized and you have been participating past a hot night. Just now, we were having one of our meetings in the university. And I told my colleagues who are present in that meeting, basically of the finance committee, that I must leave the meeting so as to be there with the participants at least for 5-10 minutes, because today is the day of release. All of you are going to be delivered out of the strict regimen that has been put up by the University Grants Commission and implemented by all our academic institutions throughout the country, including here at the University of North Bengal. That 15 days, and it is a day of deliverance. That is, that you all need what we call in Bangla, which is Niskriti. This is the name of the novel written by great Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. You all need Niskriti, reprieve. And Professor Anjan Chakraborty is not going to release you unless he makes you go through certain pontification by not a very knowledgeable, but yet the Vice Chancellor of the university. So in any case, So we shall be over hopefully in next 5 minutes. Material science advancement is definitely an area that requires much more attention in all our universities and institutions, precisely because, irrespective of our liking or not, it is the primacy of science that dominates not only the knowledge discourse but then the life situation. Each and every human being in the world is now blessed with an additional 40 to 50 years of lifespan because of the tremendous progresses that has been registered by mankind over the last about 100 years. Central to this progress is actually the advancement, especially in the sciences and in terms of the technology. For example, in our country, only 100 years back, in terms of the census of 1921, people used to live only for 21 years. And now today, people live here in this country for about 70 years. So almost 50 years have been added. At the time of independence, in terms of 1951 census, the average lifespan was uh, 32 years. So now it is 70 or even growing. So therefore, all this has become possible in relationship to the advancement of science and technology. It took thousands of years possibly to get up to the agricultural age. It took only few centuries to get to the industrial age. And it has taken not even a 1 century to get into what maybe you may call the age of the technology and the post, and the modern world or the 21st century conditions. So things have progressed, and things have progressed in very positive way. There are thousands of bottlenecks. We are responsible for much of it. There are many different types of problem areas that we have created. But primacy of science, and based on that, that is the realm of idea, that is the rationality. So rationality and the new principle of interdependence. These and a combination of these can address much of the problems that we ourselves we have been creating in the universe and in the course of context of the relations among nations, and then the question of governance and societal progress of within the nations. Now, therefore, rationality and interdependence, and that actually can greatly benefit by yet further advances. Much of the problems related to technology, of course, also can only be addressed by further research. Now, in the university, we have to always remember that we are part of the universe, that we must stand for everything that is universal. And it is in this respect that we think that we are taking great steps here in this university to realize both the values of rationality as well as to promote interdependence. And HRDC here is one of the best. And this is not the vice chancellor of the university speaking. This is one of the contributors to the refresher courses organized by HRDC, NBU, who is speaking. I have been participating in the program much before I thought that I will become vice chancellor, or I even decided that I would like to be a vice chancellor. Never wanted to be a vice chancellor. Just that now I am the vice chancellor. But I can assure you, the participants, especially from all across the country, who have joined us here for this last 15 days, that this is great. Now, but then the difficulty is that it's online. This is a great tool, and in fact, many of us possibly would not have been actually attending this, or many of us would have been attending some other programs and so on. So this online has really added to our strength, overall strength of the humankind in terms of imparting of the knowledge and dissemination of knowledge. And now this is, in a very twisted way, this is one of the sidekicks of the pandemic, and the sidekicks in the sense that in a positive light. I'm saying that. So of course we all would like to have offline programs, and all the participants, they might be, of course they are, they know that they have benefited or they have had to go through the course. But North Bengal University is one of the most beautiful universities of the world. And so online course is, of course, cannot be a substitute for the real visit. I would request Professor Shajol and other colleagues here that, of course, we should have a very strong list of all those who have attended our program. And if there are opportunities and situations where we can, invite them. As you all know that we are doing a whole lot of program uh, now in the university, and some of you should actively try to come over to the university. We have 34 departments and many research centers, and as I said, that this can also be a very great gateway to Sikkim and to the Northeast India. We are in the foothills of Darjeeling. So please find information and opportunities in relationship to actual visit, and then you might be able to correlate to what I just mentioned. I know, as I said, that all of you require the needed relief and reprieve, discrety, as I pointed out. So thank you all very much for having me here briefly. I'm sorry that I'm not from the sciences, and it would be, in fact, very audacious on my part to pontificate here on the subject that has been delivered by the resource persons, again, from across the country. I wish every participant a great success in their life and career and the profession that they are. And thank you very much. And thank you, HRDC.
Thank
So
you,
thank you
sir.
very much, sir, for chatting out our canvas, which connect the global order, global views, and connecting our university and all the participants uh, in terms of knowledge arena, in terms of emotionally also. We are really privileged, sir, for your kind presence and the address at this particular valedictory session. Now, may I request the key person of this particular course, Professor Shajul Dash, who has worked much before this course started. So he's working relentlessly with the help of the internal coordinator of this particular program, Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya. So planning, connecting to the resource persons, and finally executions of this program very successfully. So I express my sincere gratitude to Professor Shajul Dash, and I'd be very happy if he shares his views and maybe certain roadmaps for the future also. So, Professor Shajul Dash.
Yeah, thank you, uh, Professor Chakraborty. And our Vice Chancellor has already left this meeting. Probably he has some other emergency work. So anyhow, so good afternoon, each and everyone, my colleagues and all the teacher participants and the internal coordinator, Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya, the director of this HRDC, Professor Chakraborty, and obviously that assistant director has joined this meeting. So good afternoon, each and everyone, those who are in this online platform. So actually, the time has already arrived when we have to return and we have to resume our normal duty. So we just have started this journey on 9th May, 9th November, and how the 2 weeks have gone, we did not realize at all. From my side, I'm just telling, maybe some of you feel more patient because you all are attending this online course and you have to sit in front of either mobile or maybe in the laptop or computer. So it might be the stressful thing for your end. So this material sciences, as I have understand throughout the lecture of the different resource persons, that those who have actually agreed to participate in this program through the online mode, that this is very important issue nowadays, even though it's a kind of the what I should call that's an interdisciplinary area. If we forget about the basic sciences, we do not have the scope to deal with the materials as well. So in this area, as it is an interdisciplinary course, so various participants from the different background or different specialized subject, they have participated in this particular program, and they have a scope to play in this common platform with their ability or with their specialization as well. So altogether, in this particular refresher course, we had like 32 different lectures from almost 27 or 28. I don't exactly remember the number of resource persons, those who had delivered their knowledge or sharing the knowledge with all of you. So probably it was like 28, if I'm not wrong. And also the deliberation from the teacher participant as well in the different area of this science and technology, and also the material science as well. Because if I'm not wrong, then all of us are not aware about the material science. Maybe a couple of you have dealt with the materials during your maybe PhD or postdoc, but most of us are apart from these materials as well. So it is like we have the chance to earn some knowledge about this new platform, because if we just keep apart the materials, then it is really difficult for us to deal with the modern lifestyle that we are enjoying at this particular moment. So, if if we just briefly summarize the whole lectures, then the common issues like our different materials that we are commonly used. Apart from these, the two vital issues were actually emphasized in this particular program. One is the health issue, and other one is the energy. So if you just do remember the lecture given by the Professor Pradhan from the IIT Kharagpur, he was talking about water splitting, and that this particular process is getting successful, then it could be an alternative source of energy in the near future. And also, Professor Ghosh talked about lubricants, that another way to actually, what I should say, that another way to enhance the efficiency of the machines and the automobiles. So if we could reserve some sort of the natural resources, then maybe we have a chance to live or have the sustainability for our near future. So we should not think about our life. We need to think about our latter generation as well, and that's kind of the sustainability, and that might be the goal of the material science and the technology nowadays. So this one is about the energy related issue, and if we move to the other serious issue like a health issue, that Professor Shampa Shah from IIT Delhi, she addressed about the water remediation, and that's a kind of the essential thing if we just think about the recent scenario of the water that we are commonly drinking nowadays. If we, and it's all about the contribution from our end, because we are the people who actually responsible for this kind of the pollution. So how this water can be purified, and what are the technology, advanced technology can be utilized for the purification of water. A small part, I hope that was addressed by Dr. Shah. And there are a couple of lectures that were addressed by the different resource persons, like Professor Martin, Professor Ashish Pal from INST. They started from the nano, what is nano, and how it can be synthesized, or what will be the future application of this biomedical research. This kind of thing they have just tried to share with all of us. even though I did not have the scope to listen all the lecture, but whatever I just have listened, that I can summarize right at this moment. Uh, it is not about the lectures from the resource person. It is all about including the lecture from the participant as well, because you all have done well and you have presented your thinking beautifully, and that was judged, and accordingly that will be marked by the different adjudicator, and whatever the summary I just have received, then based on that we can tell you that it was a wonderful presentation from all of you. So ultimate success of this program is not about to get the promotion, normal promotion under cash. It is all about, apart from that, there is one more thing that we need to earn some sort of knowledge so that we can disseminate at least few of these to the students for inspiring them, and also let them to introduce about this new and growing field of the material sciences. So before I just conclude, I must convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya, who actually helped me a lot for designing of this course and during how to conduct this course, all sort of things. And I must convey my sincere gratitude to him. And also, I received the active cooperation from the director, Professor Chakraborty, and it was wonderful. And lastly, thanks to all the members of this UGC HRDC North Bengal University for their active cooperation throughout this program. And finally, I like to thank to all the participants, because without your cooperation, we won't be able to conclude the whole course successfully. Because at the very beginning, if I just remember that we have just distributed different assignment, and you agreed to accept, you have accepted those, and you executed all those things very beautifully, and we must appreciate you. And also we just like to thank you all for your kind cooperation that you have extended throughout this course. And finally, for this session, I must thank you all for your kind patience in this online platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Shoyuldar. See that we are here, it's some kind of formal way we are presenting, but in reality, we work as a family, and it's like Anjanda, Shajol, Anjanda kind of thing. So here we become really formal. And we believe that maybe you have joined here virtually, but at the end of the day, formal things, okay, that's required. But the informal relationship that we have created with the coordinator, with my colleague, Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya, our assistant professor, Dr. Musharraf Hussain, and possibly the entire office HRDC, who remain at the backdrop and background. They were not visible, but they are also got connected with you. Contrary to that, which is precisely very important we consider from the HRDC perspective, that you might be getting your certificate by today evening, including the release order. But when you filled up the form, there is a column that would you like to be the alumni of HRDC? Because the HRDC is not a specific department, but HRDC is a kind of a center where all the disciplines they submerge here from various countries. So in that way, all of you are the resources on your own merit. Might be simply you are not delivering lecture as a resource persons, but in the days to come, certainly you will be part of that. But what we are trying to create, a huge resource base, not only the resource persons who got into different program, but the alumni means a huge resource base considering the faculty induction program, short-term program, as well as the refresher courses. So this resource base, in a gradual process or in a time-bound manner, will execute certain programs, and will also work as a conduit between the university, different departments, the resource persons they have addressed, as well as any future program collaboration that can be helpful to carry on in the future. So you become the alumni, so you remain with us in the future journey. So that's the thing I'd like to share with you. Now, with this word, at the end of the day, when the program ends, actually we don't own the program, you own the program. It's you you will read the program, you will critically look at the program, and you will share certain issues which are beyond the curricula, beyond the program, which when we from the just we replace our mind and we'll pour our heart out, and that situation will also be there today itself. So with these words, again, now may I kindly request Dr. Vasid Bhattacharya to propose the vote of thanks, and no words of thanks or gratefulness is sufficient to the work done by Professor Shajul. He remained associated with HRDC even for a pretty long period of time. So not only it might be many number of courses that he is coordinating. This time difference is that he is coordinating online. Rest of the times we were there physically. So with these words, now may I request Dr. Sanjeev Bhattacharya to deliver the vote of thanks and at least formally close the program, but informally the program will continue, as I understand.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Chakraborty, and thank you, Professor Dash. So this is the time for vote of thanks. We are standing at the end of the program. Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of North Bengal, Professor Dr. Om Prakash Mishra, respected Registrar of University of North Bengal, Dr. Pranab Ghosh, coordinator of this program, Dr. Shajul Dash, our Professor Director, UGC HRDC, Dr. Anjan Chakraborty, my beloved Assistant Professor, Assistant Director, UGC HRDC, Dr. Musharraf Hussain, and all teacher participants. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of UGC HRDC North Bengal University, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the dignitaries for gracing this valedictory session in spite of their busy schedule. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to our Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university for his valuable note regarding this program, about this program. We are also thankful to our coordinator, Dr. Shajul Dash, as well as our Professor Director, Dr. Anjan Chakraborty, for his support, constant support. Furthermore, we are grateful to our resource person for their speech of motivation in this regard. I must mention few resource person, as for example, Dr. Ramchandra Rao, Professor, Department of Physics, IIT Chennai. He delivered a very beautiful lecture on advances in modern physics and material technology. That's really some sort of motivation for all the teacher participants to pursue the work on material science in near future based on this lecture. Similarly, I must convey my thanks to Dr. Manuel Fernandes Gresa, the professor, Aveiro University, Portugal, for his beautiful deliberation on multifunctional biomaterials for human and animal metal implants. We must be thankful to our resource person, as for example, to our resource person, Professor Mondal, P.K. Mondal, Professor, Department of Physics of this university, University of North Bengal, for delivering his lecture on liquid crystal, that is various aspects and properties. That is really a motivational lecture of this platform. Similarly, we must be thankful to Professor R.K. Thapa, eminent physicist, as well as Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sikkim Alpine University, for his very relevant lecture that should be pertinent to this program, Density Functional Theory of Electronic Structure Calculation, that is the new era of material science. So obviously from the aspect of theoretical background. So this is very much helpful tool nowadays for the material researchers for pursuing their research career without having laboratory infrastructure. Similarly, we must be thankful to Dr. Subratanu Bhattacharya for delivering two lectures on electrochemical and electrical energy storage. That is very important nowadays, as well as role of electrolytes in the present and past scenario. Similarly, we must be thankful to Professor Amitabh Chatterjee, Department of Electrical Engineering, Jadavpur University, for delivering his lecture in the direction of engineering alignment of material science. Similarly, the laser and its application was beautifully portrayed by resource person Dr. Tapan Ganguly, the Emeritus Professor of Jadavpur University, and that lecture should be a motivational lecture. Last but not the least, I must mention the name of our resource person, today's resource person, who delivered a special lecture in the morning, who is none other than Professor Shapunpati, JNCSR, India. He is also the Bhatnagar awardee. He has delivered very good motivational lecture on the theoretical aspects of material science. With this note, uh, I may share a few words about material science. Material science basically teaches us what things are made of and why they behave as they do. Material engineering shows us how to apply knowledge to make better things and to make a better understanding about the materials. I think during this 40 days journey, 2 weeks journey, the teacher participants obtain a lot from this course in terms of delivering lectures by the resource person, as well as their seminar presentation, and getting some feedbacks from the potential adjudicators. That should be helpful for their future life in the field of research and development. So I think this knowledge, whichever they obtain, that should be kept lingering into their minds in future, and they should apply this knowledge for the development of the society. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I would like to request our Professor Director, Professor Chakraborty, to share a few words about you have already mentioned release order.
Yeah, just officially again, from our end, I would like to share with you that e-certificate that is duly signed by Honorable Vice Chancellor, Course Coordinator, and myself will reach to you by late evening. I'm very categorically mentioning late evening. I hope that it will reach. Now, one thing I would like to say that you have a WhatsApp group, official WhatsApp group. So don't leave from that particular group. Once you are receiving that particular certificate, you just put a note there that I have received. If any kind of correction is required, even you can communicate to the group so that our internal coordinator, Dr. Bhattacharya, can take care of that, how that can be rectified with the help of the office. This is point number 2. And point number 3 is that the release order will also be simultaneously given to you. So we shouldn't fail until and unless there's a huge network issues or any other technical snag occurs. So this is from our official end. And this e-certificate, I tell you that government, be it the state government or be it the central government, all the for online courses, this e-certificate is absolutely official. You don't require a hard copy of that need to be sent from our end. You can take as many copies of printout as you wish, and that will suffice your requirement for career advancement or maybe for future applications to any other institutions. So that's needs to be said from my end. And again, I wish that all of you have enjoyed the course, and there will be view sharing session. There you will simply tell that how can you improve this in future, because you have a feedback system, and that feedback we have very scientifically analyzed and take out that what's your view on the entire process. So when you will fill up, already you have filled up one feedback form for the first week program, so that for the last week programs, so you be absolutely neutral. You don't think that in any way your feedback is going to affect your gradation on it. It's absolutely distantly connected. So you are absolutely free to give your opinion, which areas are the more lectures can be arranged in future, which are the new areas that the HRDC or the University of North Bengal and the scientific body of the University of North Bengal, including our Professor Shajul Das, that we can think for to conceive the future program. So therefore, your feedback is actually give us a future roadmap. So your presence and your future presence is paramount in that way. And again, we are extremely happy and grateful to all the teacher participant resource persons and the entire administrations, including our vice chancellor, coordinator of the courses, and various professors from our own university who have delivered lectures, and the resource person from various universities of India, and participants who are from different part of our country. We express our sincere thanks and gratitude. You stay well, stay connected, and hope that in the days to come we'll meet in a physical format. Might be, you may not be required a refresher course for that matter, but there might be a number of opportunities we can create wherein we can meet again. So thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
sir,
Thank you,
for
sir.
your kind
Thank you,
words.
sir.
I want to
Thank you,
add
sir. Thank you, sir.
things. Just wait. I want to add two more things. First of all, we are usually organizing various kinds of webinar or e-seminar. Okay, few will be coming soon. So all the teacher participants are requested to get connected with our WhatsApp group whenever such kind of programs will be conducted, 1 or 2 day program or 2 hour program. So we will invite you in this WhatsApp group, share the link, you may join directly, and after completion of this program, we will provide you e-certificate for attending that particular program. Okay. And second thing, regarding collaborative research work, I request all of you, we are here, we are 3 people in this HRDC, UGC HRDC. Our professor director is of economics background, and myself, Dr. Bhattacharya, is of physics background, and our Dr. Musarraf Hussain, assistant professor, assistant director, he is of chemistry background. So you can collaborate with us. There is no boundary in terms of any kind of help. We can help you in this regard. And Professor Shajuldar is also here. He's a renowned scientist of this of the Department of Chemistry of University of North Bengal. So you should stay well and stay connected with us in this WhatsApp group or via email, via contact mobile number, whatever. Okay, this is the time for view sharing session. So I would like to request our teacher participants, as per our previous discussion, you may share your view in terms of verbal sharing or some sharing of some painting or something like that in your own way. Over to you. The stage is yours. Please.